Hello and welcome to Bonsai Therapy. Today we're going to be talking and working on this little tree. This is an olive tree in my country. I'm from Portugal and I'm going all Portuguese today. But the thing is, like this little tree, it's an awesome tree. I love this tree. I think this should be the national Portuguese tree actually. And this and the oak, the one that produces the cork, because Portugal is a big producer of cork, but that's another story. Today we are talking about the olive tree. I bought this olive tree a few months ago. It was really tiny, and it grew a lot during, since I bought it, probably in April, and it put a lot of growth, which is awesome. In my country, this tree, usually grows in the south. It does well in the north too, because the temperatures are not like it's cold in the north, but it's not like in like the same like in the U.S. It never gets that cold. And there's a particularity with my township. It's like it's close to the highest mountain in Portugal, but it stays in the valley. So what happens is we don't get the cold from the mountain, and it can get really hot in the summer. It's like scorching hot in the summer. And what these little trees love, it's rain and sun. You give them sun, this thing just explodes. And we have one particularity there because it's in a valley close to the mountain. What happens is the frost, it's not really don't comes doesn't come from the top down. Actually, when you wake up in the morning, and that happened to be a lot, like going to school when I was a little kid, um, you look at the ground, right, and the ground is completely white. It's like there's this layer of ice, so it forms from the ground up, and it's a very flimsy, like a very little layer of ice. So these trees can deal with that like with no problem. But this particular tree, we are going to work on it today a little bit. I want to just trim it so that we can open it a little bit more, um, and starting like getting it ready for the rest of the summer, especially because I'm not going to be around for like 3 weeks or so, and I want to make sure that I leave my trees in a good spot and in good shape for when I come back. Yeah, so let's work on this tree. I'm going to give you a better view of the tree and the pot and everything, so you can see what's going on here. And the roots on this tree are actually um, growing like really well. Okay, this is the main trunk of the tree. There's another little trunk here that it's not really, nothing is growing out of it. I'm not worried. I think sooner or later something will pop out of this tree. We're gonna have branches, um, because it's the way the tree goes. So I'm not really worried with it. And as I said, sooner or later branches are gonna come out of it. Just for you guys to have an idea, this was the diameter of the tree when I got it, a little, more or less like this. And in a few weeks, it just, like a month or so, it just grew, enlarged a bit more. So it's a good sign. And all the trees is growing nice, so I'm not really worried about it. So let's do some pruning here. There are some branches that need to be removed. There was like some areas that I need to create space for the existing branches. So let's do it. Let's work on it and see how it goes. So this is the pot I have this tree on. It's like probably like a 10-inch pot, and I put it on this pot just because she was like a really tiny tree. I think I have some pictures. I'll show you the pictures. Um, I have like this really tiny tree, so I put in like a 10-inch pot. Reason being, I want the roots to develop a little better, and I don't think it's like strong enough to put it like on one of those net pots and just leave it outside, because those have to be outside for the entire winter. And I will overwinter this tree a little bit inside the house, and this probably no, this is going to fit well by my window. So it's going to be getting sunshine all winter, and you know, the house is going to be like in winter. The house will be warm enough for the tree to be happy. I'm not really using any fancy bonsai tools for this. Just like a little pruner that you can buy this thing on any store, box store, whatever, and it will be enough for it. So I like to look at the tree before I start working on it, because you know, there's like some details that we really need to follow, and I have to apologize to you because of my multiple sclerosis. Sometimes it's really hard, first to see what I'm trying to cut, and second to get my hands to cooperate with me to go to the right spot. But it's a good thing that we have editing, right? So it will be fine. So right here, let me see if I can show you this. There's a lot of leaves, so I'm going to be like maybe just going for the branches first, and then like take care of the leaves themselves, so we can open it up a little bit more, so you can see what is going on in here. Like right here, I don't know if it's good enough. Like this tree is crumbing, it's dividing right there. I'm trying to show you a little bit more. So it's dividing in two. I like the way it's going, because I can work it out so that the leaves go like in different directions. Left, I have one leaf on the left, I have one leaf on the left, and another one on the right. So it's a good spot to trim it. So there we go. Gonna do this, and then there's two more. And when we clean up this tree a little bit better, we will come back and work on it. This is a good cutting too. You can just it's a little cutting, but you know, these things like go easy propagation, especially when you give them enough sun and enough rain, enough water. And I have been like the rain has been going crazy lately. We have been getting like thunderstorms for the last like 3-4 days straight. So there's water like for every plant, which is a good thing, because then I really don't have to water them every day with you know, tap water and water from the company. So I just take advantage of that. You know, one of the things that you really have to look, and that can take a little time, is just where you want the leaves to grow. So there is some stuff that we're going to do here, so I'm gonna just probably just keep my mouth shut and just go for the cuts that we need to do. We're gonna start doing with branches that are growing like close to the main trunk. This is the main trunk, so that's what we're gonna do now. There are like some branches like growing up on the tree that I really don't want them to go up that much, so I'm just gonna cut them in the way that leaves on, in this case here, I want the leaves just, for example, right here, I got this thing like going straight up, but I have one leaf here like going this way, so I'm going to cut over there and just get try to get the leaf like going this way, right here. See if you can see it better. Tough stuff. Like right here, I want her to keep going this way, so outside. we have a branch here like coming this way, but it's going to be adding to the rest of the confusion that's already going on. So I'm going to just take it out. And again, trying to get these leaves to go this way instead of like adding to the mess that I have here. Sometimes I'm going to tell you, sometimes it's easier to cut like a tree that's bigger than to cut a small tree. Now on this branch here, as you can see, we got extension here. I wanted to go more like sideways with these two leaves. So I'm going to just, actually, I think we have the same thing here. Probably this will be better to do. So like basically I'm just cutting the vigor of this tree a little bit, and trying to guide the leaves more like outwards than up and straight. And not having the branches conflicting with each other like on the growth, so that one side doesn't start covering the other side, if that makes sense. As for like here, I got this branch like growing straight, and I got a new growth coming like on the side of the branch, so I'm going to, you know, give a little primacy to that and just remove this one here completely because it was growing too close to the center, so I'll take it out. Like the same thing right here. I got some leaves right here that I just can cut. Really want to pull them because they might mess up with that branch on the side, because as I said, it's a really soft growth, and if you pull the leaf by mistake, what might happen, you might hurt the cadmium, because then you're going to be pulling some of the cadmium out, or I'm sorry, some of the bark out, so exposing the cadmium. That's what I try to mean here. Another leaf here that's coming the wrong way. Now right here, let's see this. I have a very young branch coming straight, and then I have one leaf here just coming this way, and a few more coming this way right here. So they're coming in that direction, outwards, and this guy is just coming straight. So I want to have like those ones coming outwards to be stronger, especially these ones here on this side. It's tough to show you because it's very small. I got like 3 coming this way, and another one, bigger one, just already developing a little bit more, coming this way here. So I want to see what's going to happen on this side. The same thing is happening on the opposite side. I got like some branches like growing this way, so I'm going to keep it like that. I'm not going to touch it right now. This is the strongest branch on this tree. I already kind of worked it out so it grows like a little more this way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this one. Right here. So everything is going to be growing like straight down, so nothing going up, just straight down. Right here I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut whatever is going straight up. There you go, another one. So as you can see, what you did here, I'm just going more like straight and up, and you got another one there that we might remove. I'm not really worried because I have a lot of stuff growing here, so I just want to make sure, see that they don't conflict with each other. So right here I'm just gonna leave this one, maybe just remove this leaf that's coming. See, it's already kind of, this one and this one are getting tangled, so there's gonna have to be a decision here. As for this one back here, this one back here has a lot of new growth in the tip going sideways, but it's growing too close to the branch. This one is growing from a branch in the back, so it's really not going to do anything to it, because then I have like three branches, that leaves going this way and this way, like a little more spread. This one is the main line from the back branch, so I'm really gonna just do some cleanup with some of the leaves that are growing too close to the trunk itself. Just leave some space. Show some more branch closer to the trunk, because there's lots of stuff growing here, and we're good with that. This one, if it grows, this one, if it grows more, is going to start growing over here, so I'm going to take it out. I said, like in Portugal, when the Romans started like expanding the empire and they conquered some areas in Portugal, whenever there's like ruins of a settlement, like a Roman settlement, you got lots of olive trees planted there, like old olive trees that have been there like since the Roman expansion times in the Iberian Peninsula, Portugal and Spain. And it's really nice. I kind of love olive trees. And when olive trees get old, they're like lovely. They have like some crazy trunks. Yeah, maybe a little problem cutting this thing, but gotta be very careful because my hands, as I said, don't really cooperate that well. And as they say, I think they say like that, right? When there's a will, there's a way, or when there's a way, there's a will. So you know. The good thing that a thing with this tree is like even like the new leaves, when you try to pull them out, they resist you. Okay, so with it, so we kind of just cleaned up like the area of the main trunk, so we're gonna have like more sun available for everything else. There's like some other stuff that I can remove, but this one I'm not really kind of fond of removing because it's growing sideways. There's lots of stuff coming out of it, so I'm going to let it evolve a little bit more, and then we'll work on it. I'm talking about this little one right here, this one already in the middle. I'm going to leave it as it is because, and then later we kind of work on it. And there's actually like another leaf here that can become actually a branch. So if I remove this one, it's really not gonna hurt that bad. And there's like a stub too that I can just cut over there. So as you can see, it's a little better. Now it's just straight, which I really want to be straight. This leaf is popping up. There's a branch that's going to develop into a branch probably, but we can deal with that later. And these ones are growing kind of like on top of this. So I'm just gonna, one is growing inside here. One is going like this, the other one is, this is going like straight down, and we can actually take it. We can actually remove it. But there's more stuff coming out of the same branch, so I really don't want to touch it. Okay, now the only thing that we have left, it's hope that something comes out of this branch area, this second trunk, and I'm pretty sure that it will, because one of the ways to see, we just pass your finger and you see there's like a little like nodules coming out of it. So there's a good chance that something is going to come out of it. If not, we just remove it and just keep one trunk, and that'd be enough for this tree, because it's like a nice tree. I'm not going to do anything on top. So we just cleaned up everything, and the top we could do something to it, like just cutting it, but I really don't think we need to do that, because there's like this is developing like really well. We got a new branch coming out from the center of the tree here. We got another one over there. Of course, I don't believe this is going to stay anyway. This probably, I'm just gonna cut it here and just leave like anything like under my fingers, and the stuff on top, it's gonna go. Well, it's the work is done. We got this tree all set for the next flush of growth. If you're considering like a nice tree that's not that difficult to take care of, this tree is very easy to take care of. You just give them water, leave them in the sun. They love sun and water, and you'll be fine. You're gonna have a nice tree, and the bigger the tree, the better. But yeah, but this little one, we were like following it for the next few years, I hope, and we'll see the development of the tree itself. And that's it. We've finished this tree. As you can see, we got like way more light around it and on it, and yeah, this is it's fine. It's going to be good. It's developing really well, and we're done for the day with this one. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for your time. And stay sharp. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.